I got something to tell you. Good evening, fellow punchers. Mickey D back with you here on Saturday evening, about 7 o'clock, with a few for tomorrow after another nice day bashing the bookies on the bus. It's a relentless pursuit, but go at it again tomorrow. 3 winners out of 4 today. I thought it was ironic, the name of the horse that fell at the first fence. Does he know? He didn't know. He didn't know that he let us down for a lot of money. The lucky 15s and the trebles and whatever, but 3 good winners. That fast response was, as I said, he'd relish the conditions out of that. I love them fast companies on deep ground. Has been a proven winner down through the years. And I said after the last video, I'd hope to see it out again before the end of the year. It's actually entered again in Nottingham during the week. So hopefully he'll get his conditions. He'll be carrying a £6 penalty, but I didn't get a chance to look at the field yet, but we'll get there. I actually hosed up. That opened up at 14s last night. And when I went over to the other sites to see what price was, when I went back, I could only get 10s. Then I went into 7s. And then Mutjaba, loved the conditions as well. The 9 furlongs the last day on good ground wasn't suitable. I was thinking it was put away to come back for these back-end handicaps. And that proved right. And then Colin Keane done the business on Sir Arthur Sword. He was one, I was hoping he'd run him on turf as opposed to the dirt in Dundalk. I was delighted when they didn't run him the last time, even though he had a good previous run on it. Similar owners and trainer to face the puck out. They knew what they were at. When the money came down the last day, they knew that there was a win in it, and they got their money today. It'll probably be out again maybe before the end of the year. But all told, a very good day. And the Stig had his nap landed. I know it's a short price, but I think he wanted to get off to a good start. And it was 5-4 the other day when he tipped it up. It returned at 5-6. The one yesterday that he had, Pulligan Green, he can speak about it himself, I'm sure. And his one today as well didn't jump good enough. But we'll be back again on Thursday, and we'll have a new thing. He came up with a brainwave as well in the middle of the night last night. I got this beep beep on the phone, and I think it'll be to everybody's benefit what we're going doing from now on in. A friend of mine hit a lovely lucky 15 today. The last leg was a 6-1 and returned at 9-4. And he had, shoot first. I hope you follow the money today. It's a horse that we were on a couple of times. And I knew the handbrake was off the last day, or on or off. But when the money came down today, this had been the plan. But I wasn't sure about was today the day or the final in March. Now it'll be all guns blazing for March anyway, but I knew it was a well-handicapped horse. But I got the message today at one stage, money on, and it's always money on, good chance. So it's always great when you hear that coming from the sources that I have, that it was out for the win, and so it proved. Anyway, on to tomorrow. On the bus today we had a few newcomers, but Stephen McGowan from first time on the bus, Thomas Daly, Joe McMahon. He was gave good advice. He said, don't let the Stig near the gear stick, or he put it in top gear. I like that wish, very good. Tony Hutton, Handsome Farang behind me. She gave a wishy thing. She said, is that the wife behind you? David Fernan and David Walsh and Valerie Merton in the wee county of Louth. And Traumatic was last on the bus, and off to the races we went. I given a chance to an outsider tomorrow on the 205 at Aintree, the Veterans Chase. It's a race that I could have ran in years ago, one of these. 3 miles won, 11 declared. It's the battle of the 10-year-olds. There's 6 of them, and there's 5 12-year-olds. There's no 11-year-old in the field. I'm taking a chance with Windsor Avenue for Ryan Ellison. It's top weight with 12 stone, but I always say that you don't put top weight on an ace. It goes well fresh. It has 7 wins from 21 lifetime starts. it won 3 chases and been placed in 3 chases. It won the first time out on the rules in January in 2018 in a bumper, and it won a pint to pint convincingly, and it had been sold for big money. Then it won. So it was second later in the year to Al Dancer, and then it won first time out in 2019, and to second in 2020 to Imperial Aura. And then last November, to second to Snow Leopardess. Now, they're good horses that I ran against. Some of them are over the top, some of them, but I'm just hoping that this will be match fit. It went well fresh before. That's a mouthful. And it's 11-1, a pint each way. In the 3:10 at the Curragh, it's a listed race. I have to go with our good servant from a few times this year, Mas Tucker. He's 7-4. He's won a couple of races for us, as I said, over 5 and 6 furlongs. I always said, even when I said about him running in the Prix de l'Abbey the last time, if it was 6 furlongs on soft go, and he has it tomorrow. He's rated 103. He ran a screamer the last time in the Prix de l'Abbey, like a Group 1. This is back down to listed affair. Billy Lee is riding, which is another plus as well, because he'll be hungry to get as many winners as he can. Colin Keane rides Marcus Paname. That's a 6-1 shot. That might be come second, and hopefully come second to us. And Lushtown Baba's in it for Johnny Murtagh. Won this race a couple of years ago when it was with Willie McCreary. I think it was first time blinkers on as well, but I have to go on the Tucker tomorrow, so let's shout him home. The 4:55, the Curragh, our old friend is in it, faced the puck out, won his last 2 races. Now, he won the first one off 54, and then he carried a £7 penalty to win. But he's off 79 tomorrow. That's £25 higher. So it might be a tough ask. And Colin Keane is riding it, and I thought they might have put a claimer on it, to claim 5 or 7 off him, to give him a realistic chance of a hat-trick. But I'm going with a horse in this that I was waiting to run, so I'm going to go for him. Zepheron. It's a 5-year-old gelding out of Ivywood. It won off 76 in August 2020, and it won off 73 in the Curragh in 2000 last year. But it was last run. It was 4th of 30, and the jockey wasn't too busy. It was the young girl, must be Dennis Cullen's daughter, the trainer. Dylan Brown McGonigal is on. It's drawn 8, so he can decide which way to go. I think the draw will be okay. It's a 12-1 shot. They're paying 6 places, pint each way. And Beamish is out tomorrow as well in the listed race. I know that's a group race, but it's a 2-mile race. The step up and trip shouldn't be a problem for him. Now, it's a decent race because you have one of that, Henry de Bromheads is in it, and was second to Coltrane the last time. And you have Baron Samedi is in it. But seeing that we won on Beamish before, we could put Beamish, Moss Tucker, and I have already put up Hitman going on the old round chase tomorrow. We could do a small Trixie with those 3, and then we have our 2 each way selections, but we leave them aside because for fear people might knit them together and put them into a lucky 15 or put 5 of them together. Let's go for the small Trixie, and if it clicks, it clicks. If it doesn't, we're still doing all right for the month. And tomorrow I'm going to Limerick, going to the races. I'm missing the county final. And best of luck to Boyle and Strokestown. I was in Strokestown last night. I had a good few pints with Ronan McPhillips, great Hershey man, and he always watches the channel, and he has a few wins. I know lately. It was trouble when I met him last night. I knew it, and I shut out too late. But I go to Limerick tomorrow because I won't be able to go to Galway the full 3 days as I'd planned next week, because I have to umpire the junior county final and the intermediate county final on consecutive days for 2 young referees that I have been with since they started their first games at under 14 and under 16 level some 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm delighted for them that they're climbing up the ladder of the referees, and it'd be great. We'll get those dinner afterwards, compliments at the county board both days. We get the 3 courses. It's the only time the men in the white coats get anything. We normally just get abuse. But I'm delighted for the 2 books next week, and I'll be going on the Saturday and Sunday to that. I might get to Galway then on the Monday. So a bit longer than usual. I got over the 10 minutes now, so it's going to take longer to upload. Strokestown are 2-1 underdogs tomorrow. it's promised a wet day. It's a tough one to call. I don't think there should be that much of an outsiders. Like I've friends in both clubs, but I drink in Strokestone a lot, so I'm hoping that they'll win the big celebrations. I probably won't do a video tomorrow night. It'll be the first day in a long time that I will have missed one. But I had a quick look through the cards on Monday, and there isn't too much. If there's something I find, I might do a quick video when I come back late tomorrow night. So anyone that'll be up late will get it. Anyway, hope you had a good. And see about the comments. I'll try and get back to some of them tonight. But I'll have to get to bed early. I'll be on the road early. I was going to sing a song, but I can't think of anyone. Bash the bookies, over and out.